Hello YouTube. I guess this is a sort of good time to make a follow-up video to my last sort of rambly video, the one before the Switzerland thing, because I think I've managed to find a bit of inspiration, at least for tonight. I've just watched the film Dead Poets Society, which I know is a classic film from quite a few years ago, so I'm sure most of you have seen it. If you haven't, I would really recommend you check it out. It's been a very long time since a film has moved me that much, even before sort of it becomes more tragic at the end. In at least four places of the film, it managed to have me in tears. So take from that what you will, either that it's a great film or I'm a complete crybaby. But it managed to get my brain whirring into something approximating inspiration. So I sort of quickly, as soon as the film ended, rushed to open Word and type out something approximating a poem. I actually haven't even read it over myself after having written it, which is probably a bad sign as far as it actually making any sense or having any coherent flow goes. But I just felt sort of moved by this film to write something. So I thought I'd make a video sort of, I don't know, just to share the sort of embryonic poem before it loses all its substance in an attempt to create something of style, really, which unfortunately is what most of poetry becomes. We all have this preconceived idea of what a poem should be, how it should read, how it should scan. And I think sometimes that makes us too afraid to just pour thoughts at a page and call that the done thing. Let the emotions and the thoughts and the feelings that we have stand for themselves. So if the poem doesn't read very well, or even if it doesn't make sense as a coherent whole, that's why. It's because I haven't attempted to turn it into anything coherent as a whole. But I thought it would be maybe something a bit different to read out here. So, one thought I had for a title was time, but obviously I've in several videos admitted to not being very good at thinking of titles for my poems, so I would always welcome suggestions from you lot as to what I should title it. So here goes. Time. We're all so lost in the world, children trapped underneath aging skin, watching passing time dance over our bodies, that daring little imp that steals the seconds as we dream, playing its merry tune which wraps the ages over our bodies, a blanket to hide our smiles, and a curtain to draw over the play in our mind. Time is mischievous, but not so brave as to dip beneath the surface to find our hearts and minds and souls. This little imp can do naught but draw his wrinkles upon my face, as I stay ever young inside my body. Onward, towards a casket full of worm food, this eager piper leads me, and my frail and obedient body must march and sway to his tune, led mesmerized by his rhythms, onward, ever onward. But inside, in here, in this cave behind my face, The child plays his games still, flaps his arms and knows that he owns the skies, looks down and wonders how the world spun so fast whilst he was airborne. This face isn't my own any more. Too many years have dragged it away from me, so I hide beneath my skin and dance. I'm not sure if it's a complete poem yet. I'm not sure if I've ended it fully, but that's a poem in its embryonic state. So, good night, YouTube.